Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. Thank you for joining me here. We're taking a quick look, of course, at crypto.com. I love this coin, one of my favorites all time, and I can tell you I've got a pretty big following based on this coin here as well. So we're going to talk a little bit about Elliott Wave, potential pullback slash how much higher this could go. Obviously anticipate that, because if this coin does continue to take off like it is, there's a great chance we could see some upper Fibonacci retracement levels retested. Okay, so again, we'll take a look at that and much more. If you are new to the channel, not a financial advisor, I love to teach people to trade. Really hope you can learn something here today. And if you do end up learning something, comment below, like, subscribe, follow the whole 9 yards. In fact, just like the video to help me grow on YouTube, because honestly, the YouTube algorithm kind of sucks sometimes. All right, either way, we're going to take a quick look here at CRO coin. And the important thing to note here on this coin is a few key factors. Well, first of all, overextended, right? Kind of doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. We hit a 9 on TD sequential, that previous resistance there at about 6 cents, and we've since jumped all the way up to about 6.5, almost 7. Okay, so again, absolutely in the overextended side, but we're going to take a look and see if this is a healthy continuation or if it's due for a correction. We've also got golden crosses soon to start happening here, where the 200-day, basically the 50 intersects with the 200 in upward fashion. Keep in mind, a lot of folks misinterpret this. It doesn't mean the price is just going to shoot to the moon at that point. It really just implies that we have extremely a lot stronger of a support at that level. The price pulls back, it'll bounce there a lot easier. That's really all it means, okay? So do not misinterpret that. I get the question a lot, is that a bullish sign? Yes, it is. It just doesn't mean it's like a catalyst, though. Okay. For lack of better terms here, we got 3 levels here that the price action could pull back to, okay? So with us being overextended on multiple time frames, or more importantly, multiple indications for indicators, right? We can specify and kind of summarize the fact that the price action is due for a correction. So it's common 0.382, 0.5, 0.618 to pull back. Okay. Now, my most recommended place to consider entry is the 0.5 level here. That's the most common. But we want to look at larger time frames here and kind of see if there's any key level supports or resistances. We do have an obvious resistance level here at 0.382, or previous resistance, now turned support, where the price action had a lot of difficulty. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7 different times in which the price action couldn't pass that level. Okay? So what does that mean for us now? Well, it means it could work as a strong support. So my speculation here is, instead of 0.5 level being hit, I think the 0.382, roughly at about 6.1, would be a likely bouncing point. So I'm going to go ahead and set my alert here for like the 6.2 range, reevaluate and see if it's worth getting into there at a long position. Okay. You got to understand, just because I set that alert doesn't mean the price is going to come down to that level. And it also doesn't mean I'm just going to jump in blindly. I'm going to reevaluate at that time. Okay, I like to emphasize that, because folks kind of just set their alerts and jump on in, just casually. And it's not really the way that trading works. You want to reevaluate if you set an alert for later. Take a look here at the moving averages on the 4-hour. We can see the price action is running concurrent with these moving averages. First of all, we're above the 20 for now. That's a good sign. It's been above the 20 almost the entire time. Above the 50, which is fantastic. That's ultimately this trend line we want to pay attention to, and obviously above the 200. So what does that mean? Well, it means that we are truly bullish on this coin. There's no reason to expect the price to pull back tremendously far. Do we expect the price to pull back? Yeah, we probably should, because obviously I know this coin has a tendency of running very hard, but it hasn't in a while. It's got a lot of resistance ahead of it. Until we can close soundly above some of those key levels, I think right now we can expect somewhat of a minor pullback. Again, it's just best to expect the worst and hope for the best. I do think we are still truly bullish, and the coin should continue higher. We got to kind of put that at the forefront of our mind. But if it were to pull back, we need to be mindful of those levels and be kind of anticipatory, right? Me personally, I don't like to buy breakouts. I'm not a breakout trader. I like to buy the dip when the price pulls back and consolidates at an effective previous resistance zone. Okay, this is one of those situations where the price does pull back. It's going to be an obvious area to try to get into, because we got a lot of volume support at this level. Let's talk about volume support, as a matter of fact, kind of see what's going on here. While we don't have a tremendous amount of volume in this direct area, we got a lot more obviously at this 5 cent mark. There is still a decent amount of volume accumulating right here in this range. Okay. So the truth is, right now, we're in a situation where we got a decent amount of volume, but it really depends on how you look at it. The truth here is, though, down below, we're kicking above this most recent moving average, and that's a very positive sign. So it's not really a good sign here to try to short into that. Okay. Again, all the more reason why I'm not recommending a short. I'm just recommending a long if the price pulls back. If you are somewhat of a breakout trader, this does look like it wants to try to break out. Let's talk a little bit about that. So TD sequential here on the hourly, the 4-hour, we see we hit up to a 9 here, got a little bit of a reset, and it's continuing further. Oftentimes you'll see 2 9s on TD sequential hit and then you'll see a pullback after that. This is our first 9. We have another one coming. So hypothetically, we've got another 5 to 6 more 4-hour candles, 20 to 24 more hours of continuation to the upside before it pulls back. The reason why I say that is because this is a healthy continuation. The price comes up and over. It's having long periods of consolidation between legs up. And that's a good sign. So the truth is this coin should continue higher before it doesn't. And if you do the math, just say you have two 9s on TD sequential in the 4-hour time frame. That's 36 plus 36. That's about 72 hours of continuation. That's equivalent to 3 trading days. And that's why you see 3 white soldiers as a pattern that forms on trading, where you have 3 strong green candles followed by a 4th red candle. Now, if we take a look at the daily here, it's really hard to identify which ones are strong, which ones are weak. We mostly have a majority of the volume in this one day. So it's a little lopsided. But the truth is here, we're seeing that 4th red day here coming up right now, and we're printing a doji candle. That could very well be the doji before the next leg out. Okay? So you got to keep that in mind. Another thing to recognize too is that Bitcoin price is kind of going sideways and the dominance is up. When that happens, you can typically see a lot of shift in momentum for altcoins. And I'd like to kind of bring this up here for you just so you can kind of see quickly at a glance what's going on. Because when Bitcoin dominance is up and the price of Bitcoin is up, which we pretty much can say that's the case right now, a lot of alts are going to go down. Okay? So keep in mind there's only specific altcoins right now that are surging. If Bitcoin recovers and that whole paradigm shifts back into being a bullishness for Bitcoin, we will see alts start to suffer, and large coins like this can take the first hit. Okay, so again, just something to kind of think about. Anyways, this coin is susceptible to that, but it's also done very well, contrary to those things happening. Okay, so keep that in mind. Another thing to recognize too is that we do have somewhat of a support range here, right where the price action consolidated the most, and that's somewhat of a resistance now. So it's important to recognize areas in which you see a lot of support. Those will be areas that will provide a lot of resistance. Okay. So again, there's a small handful of reasons why this coin shouldn't continue to progress upwards in the immediate future, but in the near to distant future, absolutely. Okay, so again, let's take a look at the hourly and see if there's any confirmation here. Ichimoku Cloud's a really good indication to let us know if we need to take profit or not. And with the lagging span being so close to price action, I would consider taking some profits right now. If you have a long position open, just say, for example, like a leverage trade, consider taking 65 to 80% in your first target. Let the rest ride, adjust your stop loss to break even, because this does tell us right now here we're losing our momentum. While we are above the cloud, that's a positive side. Lagging span soon to intersect, and that's going to tell us that we have a very small limited window where the long position should remain open. Okay? Again, that's just as it is right now. So the truth is all time frames are pretty bullish. We have a lot of overextension, and this coin should continue higher in the overall sense, but it would make a lot more sense we get somewhat of a realistic correction. To me, the 0.382 level seems the most sensible due to the fact that that was the most recent high, and the price tends to gravitate towards those locations. So we're going to just go ahead and put our little magnet guy there and expect the price to pull back to that level roughly, and we'll see what happens next. If you want to go ahead and see this play out charts, I do send these out on my Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. They look a little something like this, where I put in layout charts, kind of just giving you a perspective of what's going on. If you're curious about our Signal group too, and you want to become a better trader, I've got private trading videos there for my university. Link down below for Crypto Cash Premium. We do have limited slots available there, so be sure to check that out in your own time. But just know that it's been an awesome experience, and you get to work with a lot of awesome traders. So thanks again so much for the support. Please like, follow, subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. Hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in tomorrow's video. Take care.